Paris Pret-a-Porter marked a return to luxury and modern elegance. Paris Fashion Week began with a farewell collection from Christian Dior's outgoing designer, Jean-Franco Ferré.
I am 52 years. I have to look clearly to my future. The House of Dior is ready to go with their own shoulders and arms all over the world.
After 8 years of designing for the house, it was a stunning goodbye. The eventual confirmation of who would succeed Ferré at Dior was a curiosity that plagued the fashion community as early as London collections. John Galliano would move to Dior after only 2 seasons at the House of Givenchy. But the biggest news was the appointment of British designer Alexander McQueen to Givenchy. This fashion shuffle certainly appealed to the French sense of drama.
In the end, one is there to hear about fashion, not about business changes and things like that. It was very, very boring.
The result of these maneuvers, directed by Bernard Arnault, the Midas-like owner of Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy Group, which owns both fashion houses, won't be known until their premier haute couture collections. But that wasn't the only news in Paris.
It's everything that should be seen in Paris.
Sensational, we loved it.
Ingenious. I mean, he always has a new trick, but yet it remains, pure Gaultier.
He's back.
At a funky old theater in Pigalle, Jean-Paul Gaultier presented an impressive collection.
The thing is, I don't know if you realize, but I tried to make at the same time, sometimes a little apparently masculine, but in reality very feminine and sexy. That was the goal.
But the highlight at Gaultier was the announcement of a spring couture collection to be shown in January. Jean-Paul has waited 20 years to stage. And with a totally creative twist on couture traditions, designer Yohji Yamamoto received a standing ovation for a standout collection.
I wanted to get back the femininity and the real beauty of women from inside, because I love women.
Ever on the pulse of the moment, designer Karl Lagerfeld moved modern fashion light years ahead with his signature line.
In fact, it's a very simple one. It's all about cut. Very few materials, few colors, very linear, and you have to be very close to the clothes to see how complicated they're made.
It was one of his strongest, most focused collections. However, rumors abound that Karl may discontinue designing for Chloe. In an unprecedented move, legendary designer Yves Saint Laurent withdrew from the runways.
Saint Laurent said that ready-to-wear had become a circus, so he was no longer going to show on the runway.
While the end of an era, it was a new beginning for Yves. But perhaps no one captured spring's gentle mood like Valentino, where chiffon was the fabric of choice.
I really want to express my collection in this way. Femininity, glamour, sexy, without being vulgar. Girl full of energy, very, very strong, and I think it's a strong collection.
The show's soundtrack was unique, as models related their favorite summer experiences.
It means to me to be on an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
These were the Paris collections that stood out this season. But if the 89 shows on the schedule weren't enough, off the runway, the invasion of RuPaul and Katie Lang for the Paris opening of the first MAC boutique turned quite a few heads.
Amore, Mama, I love that.